Hello, I'm Benjamin Yount with Illinois Statehouse News, and this is the first of what's going to be a series, probably a long series, of daily podcasts about Rod Blagojevich's corruption trial in Chicago. We're doing this because we want this to be a quick stop every day so that you can get the highlights of what happened in federal court. We're also going to be bringing you some of the evidence that's been introduced and released by both the prosecution and the defense. That includes those wiretaps, which have proved to be so crucial so far in this case. But be warned that in giving you this full story, it's the unedited story, and some of the language is probably not appropriate for work, certainly not appropriate for the office, and you may even want to be careful if you're going to watch this at home. That was very evident in the tapes that were played and then released on Tuesday, as John Harris, Blagojevich's former chief of staff, was once again back on the witness stand. He's dominated this week's testimony and is expected to take all the way through the end of the week. His testimony on Tuesday focused mainly on phone calls, which were recorded on tape, that started even before Barack Obama was elected in November of 2008, about what Rod Blagojevich was going to do with the Senate seat that Obama was on the verge of vacating.
Do they think that I would just appoint Valerie Jarrett for nothing? Just to make him happy?
Yeah, along with what we talked about, the other.
They'd help me.
Help the political, your political agenda. Meaning your governing agenda, not your political agenda.
My governing agenda?
Yeah.
That was brought to your attention?
No, I'm just guessing when you said.
No, Marilyn Cass was their first emissary, right?
Right.
And she was talking about fundraising.
Yeah, she was talking about friends around the country that would be appreciative and their ability to help with fundraising. And the media would be all over you, crediting you for the choice, such a wise choice, and that she would work tirelessly, as would other allies of his, to get you good press on this appointment.
Good press. That's all she's offering?
Mm-hmm.
No, friends around the country.
Yeah, friends around the country.
Though he's clear he didn't want to give the seat away for nothing, Blagojevich did consider Valerie Jarrett perhaps as a package deal.
One thing we should consider, Tom, is maybe I do it, and with her I get the fuck out of town. Maybe I say that. You know, I don't fucking do Lisa. I just fucking take Valerie, and the two of us get the fuck out of town together. What if I say it that way?
Yeah, and also,
let's consider. Okay, is there a role for me out there? Do I say that?
I think what you first before that is you talk about the sacrifice you've made,
which is
personal and professional.
Which is what?
Meaning your family situation, meaning your prospects, your political capital, blah blah blah. You've taken hits and eroded your political capital in order to take care of the have-nots.
I like that. Okay.
So you kind of set it up before you go out there and say, you're making it sincere, I got to take care of my future.
Yeah.
Prosecutors also played tapes that showed Blagojevich and Harris talking about how to handle Lisa Madigan, who was Illinois Attorney General, and her father, House Speaker Mike Madigan. They also played tapes referenced by U.S. Attorney Patrick Fitzgerald when he announced the governor's arrest back in December of 2008. Conversations that centered around firing workers at the Chicago Tribune. Blagojevich and Harris were talking about their frustration about editorials talking about a possible impeachment trial. That impeachment trial, of course, followed Blagojevich's arrest. The tapes almost became prophetic.
I think we have to have a conversation with Mills and Crane Kenny and maybe Sam Zell and say, you know what, the governor gets his ass kicked from your fucking paper wrongfully. They've got a fucking extreme agenda on them. We never complain. We just go with the flow. Okay? But now you're in a position here where they're going to be advocating an impeachment because the governor finds ways around the legislature to get things done, like he's doing on this Cubs deal at the IFA.
Yeah, that's more of a Mills conversation.
Yeah, right. And you know what? because this impeachment thing that your paper's pushing could very well be a cloud that hangs over our head and could actually be out there as I try to govern in the next session, driven by your newspaper and by Madigan. We don't know if we can take a chance and do this IFA deal now. I don't want to give them a grounds to impeach me.
Right. Well, the IFA is going to take up the inducement ordinance on November 12th.
I know. There's conversations with them later this week.
Yeah.
And we got all these op-eds, and then so therefore we got to figure this out. And our recommendation is fire all those fucking people, get them the fuck out of there, and get us some editorial support.
Right. We need air cover.
Huh?
Yeah, we need air cover.
Yeah. Get us some editorial support.
Harris is expected back on the stand Wednesday and Thursday. Of course, there's no court scheduled on Friday for most of this Blagojevich trial. You'll find this podcast here on the Illinois Statehouse News website, as well as on our YouTube channel every day that there is court. You can find our daily stories at IllinoisStatehouseNews.com. There is a special Blagojevich trial coverage section. It's also where you'll find the links to all of the evidence released by the court, documents, and, of course, those wiretaps. As far as our daily coverage, you can find that in local media across the state of Illinois, daily newspapers, local TV, and local radio station. Take a look for us.